What's up, you guys? Welcome to today's video. So as you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about what it was like for me to be a female dealer. Now, this is going to be a three-part series. There were three moments that were very dangerous and very serious for me as a female in that world. So I'm going to break that down for you guys today. This is a refilm. I did film this months and months and months ago when I was brand new. I think it was like the fourth video I ever made. So I grouped all of these stories into one video and I didn't lay out all of the details and what I was going through, so my OGs are gonna be like, girl, we heard it already. But I wanted to make this three individual videos so that we could really talk about what it was like, what my emotions were like, what I was feeling, how the situation all took place. So that's what today's video is going to be. But before we get started, I wanna give a big shout out to a fellow YouTuber. His name is JC and his prison channel is called Wrong Too Strong. I actually ordered his book on Amazon. I will link that down below as well. He has another book coming out. This is more like a pamphlet, bro, but it's still really good. I am captivated by his story. He has served time in a Mexican prison as well as prisons here, and he was gang affiliated. His story is really, really deep, but the impressive thing is he's been able to turn his life around, and I am so beyond proud of him. So go tell JC I said what's up. Go tell him you're from the Ride or Die crew and leave him some encouraging words if you feel so inclined to do so. All right, without further ado, let's get into top 3 scariest moments of a female dealer, part 1. So I remember being a teenager, in my early teens, thinking all I ever wanted to do was be a dealer. And I know that sounds completely out there. It sounds insane. Why would a child, because when you're a teenager, you are still a child, why would a child think, oh my gosh, all I wanna be is a dealer? It was because I knew that I wouldn't have to work long hours and I could make quick money. Now, those two things were all that my mind was focused on. I wasn't focused on all of the negative things. I wasn't focused on how dangerous it is, how awful it is. I thought it was a glamorous world. But I'm telling you this right now, you guys, it is not. In no way, shape, or form is being a dealer glamorizing or fun, or you're not carefree, okay? There is no peace to be had in that world. So I remember being very young, looking up and idolizing dealers, and just thinking, man, if I could just do that, I would be the best female dealer ever. And I really just built this up in my head, in my delusional, also addict mind. I'm gonna be the best female dealer in New York, like it's going down. That sounds so out there to me now, because now I'm a tired ass boring mom. It's almost like it was all a bad dream. So anyway, I was 18. I was 18 years old and I was already selling heroin in upstate New York. Now, I understood the concept of supply and demand. I knew if I could get it in a different place for cheaper, I could sell it for more money where I was at. So I used to go to Manhattan all the time. I used to take a Greyhound bus, go in, maybe score a little bit of dope here and there and party some, go to the Empire State Building, to kind of just get away from the negative life that I was living, get away from Randy, get away from the drama, and just go have a me day. And I would always do that in the city. So one time, I met someone, very sketch, on a Greyhound bus. I mean, like, do I even need to tell you any more details than that? I met this guy on a Greyhound bus and he started talking to me and I was annoyed. I didn't want to talk to him, but he's like, basically asking me questions like, oh, what do you like? What are you into? And I'm like, boy, like I'm a terrible person, is basically what I was trying to tell him. I'm not exactly sure how this conversation went down, but I was telling him that I'm a bad person, or you don't want to get to know me, or whatever. I'm so misunderstood. I'm so Kurt Cobain. Like, that's my mentality back then. And he's like, yeah, what you into then? And I told him dog food, because in New York, you call heroin dog food. And just to see like if he knew what that was, kind of like test the waters with that slang. And of course he knew what it was. And we started talking and he gave me his phone number and got off the bus. And I was like, he said he could get me 10K's worth. And I thought, if he's serious, if he can really get me $10,000 worth, I have to pursue this. I have to pursue this. I have to see, I have to test the waters and see if he can get me a bulk re-up. At the time I I was not big. My re-ups were probably half that. So when I said 10K, what can you get me for 10K? And he told me, I was like, wow, cha-ching, like, it's all I'm thinking. I'm thinking money, 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 because I was evil, like, straight up. As real as I can put it, all I saw were dollar signs. So I went home and I told my homegirl, listen, I am gonna link up with this guy in the city and I'm gonna get this new connect. I found this new connect, we're gonna pursue that. Now, during this time, my homegirl was asking me to quit. She was also my roommate, and she said, please don't do this. Please don't do this, please go straight, please get a job, please be normal. And I just thought, like, get a job? You want me to work for nothing? How are we gonna live? Like, how are we gonna pay all of our bills if I'm making minimum wage? How are we gonna live the lifestyle that we're used to living, which is like just doing whatever we wanna do? How are we gonna do that if I'm working minimum wage? So I blew it off and I said, you can either go with me or you can stay here. I mean, we'll have some fun in the city and we'll go to a club, go to a nice restaurant, we'll do whatever you want, maybe we'll go shopping, or you can stay here and be salty. You can be a salty bitch here. And that, again, was my mentality back then. I was a very, you're gonna do it my way or you're gonna get the fuck out. Straight up. As real as I can be, that was who I was. So she decided to go with me. And I remember the trip down, I was just like, oh man, I'm excited. I can't wait to try this new product. I can't wait to get this new stuff up here. This is so great. I remember not wanting to be poor so badly that I thought money was the most important thing. I thought money would be the answer to all my problems. I thought money would solve everything. I thought money would make me happy. I thought money would make me, if I'm being completely transparent, money would also allow me to control people in my life. Because in my town, no one's rich. No one has an abundance of anything in my hometown. Everyone is struggling. Everyone's barely getting by. You know, there was no wealth in my hometown. So anyway, we're on this bus and I'm excited about this money. I'm excited about this deal. I can't wait to get this done. We get into Port Authority, Manhattan, and it is late. It is late. And I always get a lot of questions. I'm sorry if this is all over the place, but I get a lot of questions about how were you a dealer? How were you a dealer? You're so little, you're a girl, you're small, you're this, you're that. You guys, that's exactly how I was able to do this. I was overlooked every single time. I was overlooked every single time going through Port Authority, Manhattan with a duffel bag, not duffel bag, with a backpack of drugs. I was overlooked every single time. Actually, even at like 20, I had a cop come up to me thinking that I was a runaway. And I'm like, I have drugs in my backpack. I have a massive amount of drugs in my backpack and you think I'm a runaway? And I gave him my ID and I'm like, I was born in the 80s, bro, back up. And I got away with that. But anyway, we get into Port Authority, Manhattan. It is late. And we have to get to a train station, okay? So we have to catch a train to go somewhere else. And now it's about, I wanna say 2 a.m. And this is the last train until 5 a.m. So I have to get on this train. So, I remember walking through this train station and I saw someone that I had not seen in years. And he walks in front of me and I was like, I wanted to call out his name and run up to him and be like, bro, oh my God, how are you? But drugs don't care. So I could not stop him and have a conversation with him because I had to run and catch this train because this deal is going down, and if I'm not there, I'm not gonna get my stuff. And if I don't get my stuff, I can't take it up and I can't make money. That's what matters. So I let someone who I was friends with in upstate New York pass me in Manhattan, and I let him walk right by because I have to get to my drugs. And I thought, okay, go. And it was like a split second, like, should I go and should I go talk to him? Like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in so long. Hustler Jessica, drug addict Jessica takes over, and I catch my train. Now, I'm not gonna tell you where this was, but as as we got off of the train and I started to look around, I'm just like, oh fuck. It is rough. It is a really, really bad neighborhood. Not only is it a bad neighborhood, it is now 2:30 in the morning, maybe 3 in the morning, and I don't have a gun. I don't have my guys with me. It's me and my homegirl and this stranger that I met on a Greyhound bus. This was a mistake. This was a mistake. And now, as I'm starting to come down off of my high horse of I'm gonna make money, also I was under the influence of drugs already, I was like, oh my God, what are you thinking? And it just hit me. How stupid are you, Jessica? How stupid are you to go here with a stranger and a girl that couldn't fight her way out of a wet paper bag to this deal? It was the first time that I had done a deal like this, of this magnitude. It was the first time that I had not taken any backup with me. It was the first time I did not have a weapon on me. The only thing that I had on me was a knife. And I remember sitting there with $10,000 in cash thinking, what are you doing? What are you doing? Now, the guy that I met on the Greyhound bus said, we're gonna meet him at this hotel. We get off, the train, we're walking through this neighborhood. It is bad. It is bad. It looks like a scene from fucking Grand Theft Auto. Like, it's just not good. It's sketch, right? So we get to this really gross hotel room and I'm pacing and I'm pacing and I'm pacing and I'm pacing and I have my backpack on my back still. I have not gone pee. I have not relaxed at all. I'm just sitting there and I'm pacing and I'm pacing and I'm pacing, and we hear a very faint knock. And I thought, it's go time. And I'm just like, my heart is pounding out of my chest. I'm worried not only for my own safety, but now I'm worried for my friend's safety. What have I dragged her into? I've just asked her to go with me on this deal with a guy I don't trust, with my crew that is not with me. I never do that. But you make stupid mistakes when you're under the influence of drugs and a child. I was 18 years old. So this was a mistake. This was a rookie mistake. The door opens and this very large man walks in. He doesn't say anything to me. He sits down and I kind of let the guy that I met on the Greyhound bus take over. So I throw him my bag and the guy that I met on the bus tells this guy that just walked in, it's all there. The guy looks at it, takes it out of the bag, puts it in his bag, and I'm just like, where's my stuff, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm trying really hard to let homeboy take the reins on this and act like this is his deal because I'm a female. I wanted a man to talk with this man because this is a man's world. I don't care what anyone says. In my experience, this is a man's world. So I wanted him to take control. But at the same time, I was like, where's my stuff? Why would you hand him the money before you get the stuff or see the stuff? Oh my God. So this was like a solid 2 minutes of panic for me. It felt like the longest 2 minutes of my life. So finally, homeboy takes out the stuff and he puts it out and I get up and I look at it and I'm counting and I'm like, okay, it's all here, we're good. I appreciate it. And I reach my hand out to shake his hand and he looks at me and looks over at dude and I'm like, did I just make the worst mistake ever? Like, it's just mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake, right? He looks over at dude and dude nods at him. The guy that showed up with the dope nods back and he leaves. You guys, literally, I felt like I can't believe that just went down smoothly. I remember being so fucking scared for my own life, for my friend's life. When homeboy left, I was like, now we have to leave. Now we have to leave. But the guy that set this deal up said, you gotta pay me first. I gotta get high. And I'm like, ugh. So I take out the agreed amount, I give it to him and I'm like, all right, let's go. Of course, homeboy gets high and wants to nod out and he's just nodding out and not wanting to leave. And I'm like, come on, bro, we gotta go, we gotta go. He's like, just give me a minute, just give me a minute, just give me a minute. And it kept going on and on to the point where I was like, they can come back in here and rob us. We have to go. I don't have a piece on me, firearm. I don't have any of my homeboys with me. We have to go. Finally, I was able to get them both out. We caught the train at around 5 and went back to Port Authority, Manhattan. I caught a Greyhound bus and went back upstate and everything took off without a hitch. Everything was fine. I was able to double my money. And it was just on from there. I continued doing deals with this guy, but that was the last time, it was the first and only time that I went by myself. I decided to bring a couple of my runners with me. At that point, every single deal that went on, I had my homeboys with me. I had everyone checking everything, and I laid back. I wasn't articulating deals between homeboy and this guy. I didn't even try to cut the first guy that I met on the Greyhound bus. I didn't try to cut him out, which is usually what I would do. I would meet that guy, meet his connect, cut dude out, cut middleman out, meet the connect, and then meet dude's connect. And I would kind of just do it like that. That's what I did in Arkansas, and I'll tell more stories about that later. But I didn't do that because the first time I didn't get robbed, and I just really appreciated that. So homeboy that I met on the Greyhound bus that articulated this deal and got everything flowing for me, I made sure to pay him really well, and I made sure that he was loyal to me and the operation, and I took care of him. I'm not sure where he is now. I'm not sure how he is. I have not seen him or talked to him in over 10 years. Same with the dude. I met another connect a couple of years later, and I stopped doing the deal with these guys. But for the time being, I did make sure to take care of my people, and that's just the reality of it. This is my life story, and I just can't even stress enough that if you're living in a town with little to no opportunity, it is so much better to work a job that pays you money that the cops can't take away than try to go down an avenue of selling drugs. It is dangerous, it is stupid, and everything will be taken away from you. There are no successful drug dealers. You either end up in prison or the ground. And I am so lucky and blessed to be sitting here today. I still can't even imagine all the risks that I took. It still feels like a bad dream to me. So if you are still in that world, please do everything in your power to get out of it. I know that with perseverance and dedication and hard work, you can be successful outside of that world, because if I can do it, anyone can do it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys. Stay safe, stay sober, do not sell drugs, and I'll see you guys in my next one.